Hey Changemaker, I'm Sasha, your heart-centered business coach. Today we are going to write out your 2025 vision and business plan. So get a pen and paper. I'm going to walk you through the exact steps and process that I use with my clients so that you can call in all of the financial abundance, the dream clients, and actually build a business that aligns with the life you really want to create. Let's go. When it comes to creating your 2025 business plan, we have to start at your vision. This is energy work. This is the feminine side of business. The masculine side is the planning, the structure, the tactics, the strategy. But first, we need to be in our feminine and get really clear on what is the energy we want to create, what does our day-to-day life look like, what are the things we're calling in, because when we're clear on that, the strategy and the tactics become so much easier and clearer. Now, I have a tool to help you with this, but basically in this step, we want to make sure that thinking about what does December of 2025 look like in our life and business. So after the year has completely gone by, what do we want our life and business to look like? What I suggest to get really clear on that is that you do a guided visualization or you do some sort of meditation where you go inward and give yourself the white space to get really clear on that vision. I have created a visionary activation for you. This is the guided visualization that I actually led the women of my Reawakening retreat on the first night of our retreat. It is so incredibly powerful to help have someone else guide you to get to that vision. Otherwise, you're kind of like, I don't even know where to start. And this visionary activation helped one of the women at the retreat realize that she wanted to be a full-time author. And by the way, she just sent me her manuscript for her first book after the retreat. And another woman realized that she is meant to be on stages as a creative visionary and not just behind the scenes like she's been acting up until this point. So this visionary activation is going to be really powerful to help you step into like your true soul calling and not play small anymore. If you want that, go ahead and go down into the description after this video. You can get it and you can use it in this process. But if you want to just do this on your own, that's okay too. Go ahead and go inward and just visualize what your life and business looks like at the end of December 2025. And then here are some questions that will help you kind of get clear after you do that. What does your day-to-day life look like? Like, I want you to literally write out when you wake up, what do you do when you wake up? What are you doing that day? How are you feeling? What type of energy are you in? What beliefs do you have about yourself and your business? What kind of impact are you making? And what kind of clients are you working with? I want you to describe your dream clients in such great detail that it is so obvious and easy to you when someone comes to you if they are your dream client or not. And last question, what are you celebrating at the end of 2025? What are the milestones or the goals that you see yourself when you close your eyes and you go inward and you're like, yes, this is what I'm going to be celebrating at the end of the year. So now step 2 of the process. After you are clear on your vision, I want you to sit down and either on a whiteboard or in your journal, I want you to write out what were the main themes or intentions that you could see in that vision. So for example, if I want to live my best, most highest self calling, I need to really focus on my health. So although that's not necessarily business related, I know that if I put my health first and I'm feeling really good and strong and I have lots of energy in my body, I'm going to show up better for my vision. Another thing could have been, well, maybe I saw myself speaking on more stages and using my voice and my thought leadership more in my vision. And so maybe that's going to lead to launching a podcast or a YouTube channel. Anyways, I want you to start to get clear on what were those main things that you saw in your vision. And I want you to write them out as your intentions or goals for 2025. Okay, now here is the fun and creative part. Once you have those things, I want you to create your vision board. There are so many different ways to create a vision board. Here are the things that are really important to include in your vision board. 1, you should include yourself in your vision board. What I mean by that is take a picture of you and put it in a way in your vision board that shows you living whatever life you want to live. You could Photoshop it, you could add things to it to make it be the vision you want it to be. But this is a really important key to training your subconscious to know this isn't some dream life that is unattainable and that I'm just wishing for every day. No, this is something that I see myself in, and I'm literally going to be bringing that energy to life in my own reality. Second thing I want to make sure you add to your vision board are affirmations that you can use every single day when you see it to say out loud to start to conquer some of your limiting beliefs. So that's something I forgot to touch on before, is I want you to write out any limiting beliefs that come up for you as you start to think about this grand vision of what's holding you back mentally from believing that this is possible for you. Whatever those limiting beliefs are, I want you to create an affirmation that shows you the opposite and add it to your vision board, so that when you look at it, you can say those things out loud, and you can constantly be telling your subconscious that, like, I do attract wealth easily. I am worthy of all the love and abundance in the world. Whatever it is for you, I want to make sure that that's on your vision board. And then the last key point of your vision board is I want you to put it somewhere that you are going to see it every single day. For me, that is my phone. I look at my phone because I work on my phone like basically 24/7. So I create my vision board in the Pinterest Shuffles app. I'll put a little picture of mine here for you so you can kind of see the vibe. I love that it's so aesthetic and like a collage, but it really lets me be creative and have fun with the process. And I use Pinterest Shuffles. Use Canva to create like a desktop background. You can print it out and put it in your office, whatever works the best for you. I want you to be able to see it constantly and be constantly reminded, like, this is what I'm creating. This is my true north. Now that we have your vision board created, you're clear on the things you really want to bring to life. Now it's time to come up with the actual business plan. This is where the masculine structure, tactics, strategy starts to come in. So I want you on a whiteboard or your journal to go back to those main intentions or goals that you created in your vision. Whatever those big intentions are, we're now going to brainstorm the tactics or the things that are going to bring that to life. I'm going to go over a clear example for you, but this obviously needs to be personalized to you and what you want to do in your business, okay? But we're going to focus on three main intentions. I want to hit a $250,000 year. I want to become more of a thought leader. And I want to build up more in-person community in 2025. So now let's start to brainstorm some tactics under that. To reach a $250,000 month, I am going to launch 3 new digital products in 2025. I'm going to create a new high-ticket 6-month mastermind program, and I'm going to start getting paid to speak on stages. There might be more things for you, but I'm going to keep it simple for this example. Now let's go to being a thought leader. I'm going to launch a podcast. I'm going to start a YouTube channel, and I'm going to speak on more stages. Last one, I'm going to build more in-person community in 2025. I'm going to host 1 retreat in 2025. I'm going to host monthly meetups and mixers. And lastly, I'm going to attend 3 high-level conferences this year to grow my network across the country. You might have a bunch of tactics across all sorts of different categories, but what you're gonna do is now you're going to take those tactics or ideas and start to prioritize them in the different quarters of the year. This is where you keep yourself from getting overwhelmed, like with all of the ideas and trying to accomplish everything in January of 2025, and say, no, I know I'm gonna launch a podcast, but I'm going to launch that in March of 2025. And I know I'm going to host a retreat, but I'm going to host that in October of 2025. So it's helping you get clear, because sometimes if we aren't thinking too far ahead, then we kind of like get to September and we're like, shoot, it's kind of late to launch a retreat now for October. So it's important to think ahead, but also get those ideas out of our brain so we can say, yeah, I'm going to do a retreat, but I don't need to start working on that until, June, where I want to start like planning and launching that. And once you have it kind of planned out for the year, we're gonna zone in on Q1. These are the tactics I want to accomplish in Q1. Now I'm gonna say, okay, what needs to happen first? Now we're gonna go down to monthly planning. And I'm gonna break it down and say, okay, in January, what of these things, how can I actually start to make them come to life? And it's gonna turn into my monthly to-dos or projects. Here's an example of that for just January. Then you can go ahead and break it up weekly or whatever makes the most sense for you. But to stay successful on our plan, we're gonna make sure that we are always doing monthly look-aheads and check-ins. So once we get towards the middle of January, we're gonna check in like, okay, how on track am I with things I wanted to accomplish in January? What can I still do? What needs to move to February? What do I need to move up? What's important about coming up with a business plan is that you use it as your true north and a guide to get you where you want to go, but understanding that you are going to need to pivot and change as you learn and grow throughout the year. How you feel at the beginning of the year could change 6 months in, and it's important to listen to your gut and to not just say, well, I gotta keep following my plan, because who cares about the plan if it doesn't no longer aligns with the vision. So make sure that you're constantly checking in with your vision and your plan, and making sure that you have accountability partners to keep you on track, whether that is a coach, hello, biz bestie, a group program, whatever makes the most sense for you. Figure out what is going to really keep you accountable and keep you driving towards those goals. I hope this was helpful for you. Like this video if it was, comment any questions you still have. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we are going up in 2025, and I can't wait to be your guide on the whole thing. See you later.